Write the limit of a Riemann sum that represents the definite integral from 3 to 6 of 4x squared minus 1 dx using the right endpoint rule. So we know for a right endpoint rule that the limit of a Riemann sum will be the limit as the number of rectangles approaches infinity of the summation from I equals 1 to n. And then we're multiplying the base times the height of each rectangle. We usually write the height first. So the height is a y value, so that will be f of x sub I, times the base of each rectangle, which will be represented by our delta x. So we know this is the general formula for the limit of a Riemann sum with a right endpoint rule. So for this specific problem, we are integrating from 3 to 6. So we have our a and our b. So a is equal to 3, b is equal to 6. So when we compute our delta x using our b minus a divided by n, delta x in this case will be 6 minus 3 divided by n, which gives us 3 divided by n. So our delta x will be 3 divided by n for this particular integral. And next we want to compute our x sub I. So we know for a right endpoint rule, our x sub I is found by taking a plus our delta x times I. So our a value again is 3. The delta x we just found was 3 divided by n, which means our x sub I will be 3 plus 3 divided by n times I. So these two pieces of info are important for us to write the limit of a Riemann sum. So if you want to do this in a couple of steps to make it easier to understand, now we have the limit as n approaches infinity of I equals 1 to n. It used to be f of x sub I, but now we know what our x sub I is. It's 3 plus 3 divided by n times I. And we also know our delta x. Our delta x is 3 divided by n. So now the last step to write this as the limit of a Riemann sum is to determine what our actual function is. So looking at our integral, remember our function is what follows the integral symbol. It's the function that we are integrating. In this case, that is 4x squared minus 1. So our function, our f of x, is equal to 4x squared minus 1. So now when we go to compute f of 3 plus 3 over ni, that just means we are substituting in place of this x, we're replacing that x with our 3 plus 3 over ni, which gives us, and I apologize, I erased a little bit to make more room. You might have to do the same, or just continue on. Now we have the limit as n approaches infinity from I equals 1 to n. And instead of writing f of, we're actually going to use our function, which is 4x squared. So we have 4x squared minus 1, but we're inputting the 3 plus 3 divided by ni. So this quantity here, this was our f of x sub I, which geometrically represents the heights of all of our rectangles. And then we're multiplying that by our delta x, which was 3 divided by n. So this quantity is our delta x, which represents the base of all of our rectangles. And we multiply them because we're doing base times height to compute the area of all of the rectangles and then summing them together. So this is the limit of the Riemann sum, which is equivalent to the definite integral we were given. So these are two ways of expressing the same mathematical idea. They both represent the area under the curve. We call it, really it's the area between the curve and the x-axis from 3 to 6. So we haven't actually computed the area in part A. We simply wrote the definite integral as the limit of a Riemann sum. So for part B, you're going to need to open up Desmos on your device, and it says, evaluate this Riemann sum for n equals 500. So now you're not actually going to be doing the limit. We're not going to let the the number of rectangles go to infinity, but rather we're going to actually have a fixed number of rectangles, n equals 500. So that's going to change our delta x. We had previously b minus a over n, which was 6 minus 3, but now we have an n value of 500. So that means that our delta x now is 3 divided by 500. Our x sub I, remember, was our a value, which was 3, plus our delta x, which now our delta x is 3 divided by 500, times I. So now we have a different expression for our x sub I since we're using a fixed number of rectangles, 500 rectangles. So we're not computing the limit. We're not letting the number of rectangles go to infinity. We're doing a fixed number of rectangles, in this case 500. So looking at what we did in part A, what that means is we're not going to be doing the limit out in front. We're just going to be doing the summation. So that's going to look a little different. So we'll do just the summation from I equals 1, but we're now going to 500. Again, our fixed number of rectangles. We're still going to take this x sub I and substitute that into our function in place of x. So that'll be 4 times this quantity squared minus 1. And our x sub I now is 3 plus 3 divided by 500 I. So this is our height of each individual rectangle. And then times our delta x. And we can see our delta x here was 3 divided by 500. So this is the Riemann sum for 500 rectangles. And now you want to open up the Desmos app that I had shown earlier in class. And if you don't have it, you can literally just Google Desmos Riemann sum and you will get a link for that. And go ahead and put in the function, put in our A and our B values with 500 rectangles and see what that area estimate is going to be. Check your answer against mine. You should have approximately 249.32 as the area with 500 rectangles. And finally, part C. Part C says, let's evaluate that integral utilizing Desmos. And to do that, we would just increase the number of subintervals. So we can go ahead and steal the work we did in part B. We already have n equals 500. And if there were 500 rectangles, our area was approximately 249.32. So then to get a better estimate, let's increase the number of rectangles. So it's really up to you what increments you want to use. I might go to, let's say, 1,000 next. And then I might do a big jump and go up to 10,000 rectangles. And then maybe up to 100,000 rectangles. So you can see what we're doing here is we're letting the number of rectangles get infinitely larger. So again, pause the video, practice using Desmos, go ahead and get your area approximations here, and we're going to compute the limit and see if these areas are approaching a specific value. So compare your areas with mine, and hopefully they match. And we can draw a big conclusion here. It looks like as n approaches infinity, so as n gets infinitely big, that's the number of rectangles, our area looks to be approaching 249. Therefore, we'll say that the definite integral from 3 to 6 of 4x squared minus 1 dx is equal to 249. Now, please know there is, of course, a more efficient way of evaluating this definite integral, which you will learn more about once you learn the fundamental theorem of calculus. But right now, we're estimating this integral utilizing rectangles. That's called a Riemann sum, and then doing the limit of the Riemann sum, allowing the number of rectangles to get infinitely large. So we're almost there, but for right now, we have a really good estimate.